of saying, okay, I got to start from scratch. I talked to my wife. I said, either I quit or I start from scratch. And I let all these people leave, and I created new people that don't get pissed when I talk about black issues. They don't leave when I talk black. They don't take me out of context and say I'm physically threatening to do something physical to Brianna when I say, oh, we going to rumble now. I'm going to get in your ass now. Yo, I'm black. That's how we talk. These guys steamrolled me and said, well, Tim's threatening rape. Brianna's met my wife. She met my son. And she did not stand up and say, nah, Tim's an asshole. He got crazy. He gets loud, but I've been alone with Tim. I never felt nothing like he was trying to do nothing to me. So these people will fight fucking dirty, dog. They fight dirty. They don't care who they hurt. They said they made those claims. My wife, my kids, my mom, my whole family knows what I do. But back to my point and my point. I'm disappointed that I wasn't able to provide some type of leadership, right, to those people so they did not have to go and deal with Jimmy's narcissistic ways. Everyone knows that they're held captive. Like, even JB is a gay black man with a disability. And Jimmy's up there shitting on trans people and gays, talking about woke this and woke that, because that's what his audience wants to hear. And JB, part of their network, can't even really full-throatedly stand up for himself because it'll fuck up their money and their opportunity. Because if Jimmy turns on them, all these people will remove their support of their podcast.
Yeah, I will say, JB, I mean, we had the exact opposite experience. We came up with the Revolutionary Blackout Network, right? Like Kamali Rose was one of our close friends of the show. He's the first dude that ever invited us on another podcast. We thought he was huge because he had 2,000 YouTube subscribers and he had a show called The Radical Democracy Show. And then they got connected and he was on there and he was like, fuck these guys. Like the Kyle Rittenhouse ruling came down and he was like, fuck Jimmy Dore, all this. And we had him on. We were like, yeah, fuck this shit. This is ridiculous. Like, how can you tell me you're a leftist? You're defending this fucking white supremacist that went out and shot somebody on the fucking street with a fucking gun. He drove across state line. It was insane. No rational way to make that argument, right? But that was when the well started to right? Molly left, our homie RJ left. A lot of people left Revolutionary Blackout Network. We were one of the first shows that had Stabby on. I remember when Stabby was paying for views, and it was so obvious because she'd have one video with 30 views and one video with 4,000 views. We were like, no, let's not troll her for this. Let's have her on the show. Let's try and help her build a career. We were tight. I had Nick Cruz on the show so many times, right? And then it was just like a light switch. It was like, fuck these guys. These these air conditioned white boys. Just weird shit to say about people that you knew. Stuff. It was crazy. We went to the Medicare for All, the March for Medicare for All. Nick Cruz gave me a hug. We took selfies together. All that shit. And then it was the next 2 weeks. We had him on. We were congratulating him for scoring a big debate with Destiny because he fucked up his boss debate so bad and got embarrassed and then was scared to debate for a while. Then he got back on the horse and debated Destiny. He was a fucking idiot. And I was like, you did a great job, man. All that kind of stuff. It was I wanted him to succeed so bad. We need more younger black voices. I mean, it's a white dude dominated.
Holy shit. That was one of the most savage takedowns I've seen of the so-called Jimmy Dore left. And the amount of truth bombs that, holy shit. Unfortunately, not unlike the MAGA cult, the audience of people who like Jimmy Dore, and I have some of my subscribers who are, they like Jimmy Dore. They're not going to hear this. They're going to see this from a perspective of, these are shit libs, or, they're spending so much energy talking about Jimmy Dore and not about the real threats and blah, 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 blah. Unfortunately, people are very tribal, and there's no amount of logic or facts that can get them out. And these content creators know this, which is why they do what they do, right? The way to make the most profit is to pander to your audience, right? Tell them what they want to hear, right? So, yeah. So although I appreciate, a lot of this being exposed, is it really being exposed? Because the people who need to hear it won't, right? No one who's a fan of Jimmy Dore at this point is going to listen to any of this and be like, oh, wow, I didn't even know that, and wow, and have a second thought, right? And if you are someone who did have a second thought, comment below, let me know, but I'm not expecting anyone. It's the equivalent of someone exposing to a Tim Pool fan how corrupt Donald Trump is. I don't care what the evidence is that you have. It doesn't matter. You're not pulling away a diehard Tim Pool fan. You're not pulling away a diehard Jimmy Dore fan. You're not pulling away a hardcore RBN fan who legitimately thinks they're part of some, we're the real left, unlike the shirt lips, right? Every one of these tribal groups who follows these propagandists thinks that they're part of the good group, they're the pure group, and everybody else, they're clowns and fakes and DNC hacks and fill in the blank. Lack of critical thinking in this country is a massive financial opportunity for greedy opportunists on YouTube. I gotta say also, I'm a big fan of the Vanguard. I think they do great work, although we have our disagreements. Like, for example, the Kyle Rittenhouse take, absolutely not in agreement with them on that. But I appreciate the honesty and integrity in their work, the willingness to stand on their own and not get caught up in the Jimmy Dore left or some other bubble. And they'll have people on and develop these potential connections that could be very beneficial to them financially, and they will burn them if they feel that the person is corrupt or needs to be called out. Now, unfortunately, apparently their integrity does not go to the level of being willing to discuss the dark secrets about the left that I would like to talk to them about, especially the topic of housing, right? I've given them a lot of money in donations, and I guess that is props to them, perhaps, in terms of their integrity. So even with someone throwing money at them, I don't want to get my name out there. Like, they could talk about these topics and not even mention me, and I'd be very happy, right? It's not about me. But regardless, they have somebody throwing money at them, and it didn't really influence them at all. Not even to the point of even hearing me out. Of course, that's good and that's bad. It's good that money doesn't seem to be the driving force for them. And that's proof of it, right? Because so many times, I send them all these big super chats and they read them out in the comment and they always say the same thing. Yeah, let's talk, we'll talk about it, whatever. And then they never do. So failure for them on that potential dishonesty of, because how many times do I have to go into a super chat and them say, hey, reach out, and then I reach out and then I'm ghosted? And why am I reaching out to them? Because there is a topic regarding housing that no one in left-wing media will talk about, and right-wing media as well. I went on a big right-wing media channel. I got 200 likes of their fans saying, bring me on. No response. Ghosted me. Vanguard ghosted me. Sabby Sabs ghosted me. Not a single one of these folks is willing to tell the truth about what's happening with the housing situation. They only want to focus on one particular perspective, right? The right wing has their little pro-capitalist perspective, government spending, blah, blah, blah. And the left has their housing for all perspective, landlords are evil perspectives. So, it is what it is. But I can call out their failure and potential dishonesty, while at the same time giving them props for the good work that they do, and their integrity in terms of not being driven by money, which they have definitely demonstrated. Because this is behind the scenes. The audience doesn't know that they're ghosting me, right? They don't know what's going on. They're getting the money. They could easily take that money and try to do something to get more. Like, hey, let's be friendly with this guy. This guy can help us, right? Let's get more money. But the money didn't faze them at all. But unfortunately, a desire to fully inform their audience about the housing situation didn't inspire them either. Same as it didn't with Sabby Sabs, who used to talk to me behind the scenes until I mentioned housing, and then she ghosted me. Right. This is the Debate Me channel. Debate Me comment section below. Click on the like button, subscribe, smash that bell.